I got the top 10 hottest pickups of the week, and that list is coming up next on Beat the Odds. Don't go anywhere. Hello sports fans, and welcome back to another episode of Beat the Odds. As we barrel towards next week's All-Star game, I've got the top 10 must-adds for Week 16. And if you're a fan of this channel, be sure to smash that like button, and if you're new, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so that way you don't miss an episode. A special thanks goes to my community for casting 189 votes, which helped me create this list. Did you miss your chance to vote? Keep an eye out for more polls coming out later this week. Do you have a burning fantasy basketball question? Ask me on Q. Go to askmeonq.com/beattheodds-NBA, submit your question, and for a small fee, I will personalize the response and send it to your email. It's super easy to do, and it's a great way to get expert fantasy basketball advice while also supporting this channel. Now let's get started here with number 10, we have Precious Achiuwa. Stepping in for the injured OG Anunoby, Achiuwa has brought his all-muscle, all-hustle style over 34 minutes per night of late. He dropped a dud in his last game against Boston, but on the whole, he has offered a nice boost to fantasy managers looking for defensive stats. The Knicks have a back-to-back starting on Tuesday, so I'd start Achiuwa and then hold him until OG returns. Let's go to number 9, we have Toumani Camara. Minutes is king. That's one of my core principles of a successful fantasy basketball team. Do you want to know the last time Camara was on the court for less than 30 minutes? That would be way back on the 19th of January, where he logged one too few minutes to make the cut. He's out there to provide a defensive presence and to chip in on offense when needed. In other words, he's going to help out most counting categories. Let's move over to number 8, we have Scoot Henderson. Now, if only Scoot could find his way into the same amount of floor time as his teammate Camara, we wouldn't be talking about him as he would be universally owned to this point. Now, as it stands, Scoot still offers fantasy-relevant production coming off the bench in Portland. As the season starts to wind down, I'd fully expect that Portland will cede more time to its young stars, so jumping the line and getting him now is the most prudent move. Let's move on to number 7, we have Guerschon Yabusele. Despite the brutal start to the year, Philly fans still have a glimmer of hope that their season will continue through the play-in tournament. It's going to be a rough road to get there, but Guerschon has proven that he's going to be a valuable part of that journey. Even when the team is whole, I don't expect Yabusele to lose much playing time or touches to the big three, making him a safe pickup to close out the year. Let's move on to number 6, we have Andrew Nembhard. Halliburton not making the All-Star team is not overly surprising, as we were hoping to see that if he could take another leap in his game. That hasn't happened, but it has also opened up the door for Nembhard to shine. Good shooting percentages and solid secondary numbers aside, Nembhard has been an elite defender of late, logging 2 or more steals in 11 of his last 15 games. Let's go to number 5, we have Nikola Jovic. Thanks to the trade deadline, the Heat picture is looking a little bit more clear. Enter Andrew Wiggins into Jimmy Butler's spot, and that's where we'll likely eat into Jaime Jaquez Jr. and Duncan Robinson's minutes. Jovic, on the other hand, his time on the court is likely going to be unaffected. He'll still command close to 30 minutes a night off the bench as the team leans into his playmaking abilities a little bit more sans Jimmy. Let's go to number 4, we have Keon Johnson. Any league that doesn't count field goal percentage should be rushing to the waiver wire to add Johnson. The Nets didn't blow up their roster like many thought they would, but Keon was getting major minutes anyways. Keon has shown that he can score the bucket, but it's his across-the-board contributions that's really caught my attention. He's rosterable in all formats, but an absolute stud in points leagues. Moving on to number 3, we have Christian Braun. Braun has been looking for his offense a little bit more now after taking a bit of a step back around Christmas time. The third-year guard is cementing his role as a gritty wing defender and slasher and has been logging some serious minutes of late. Look for this trend to continue as we witness his Nuggets role player turn into a star. Let's move on to number 2, we have Rui Hachimura. Rui is going to be an even more important piece on the puzzle in LA with the Mark Williams trade being rescinded. Expect the Lakers to experiment with plenty of small ball lineups, which will likely feature Rui playing a lot of power forward. Hopefully that puts him into more positions to gather some hustle stats, which actually has been missing from his box scores in recent weeks. And last but not least, at number 1, we have Jaden McDaniels. I think it's safe to say that Jaden is the second most important player on the Timberwolves right now. No offense to Julius Randle, but it's Jaden's defensive chops that is keeping this team afloat. Having the team short both DiVincenzo and Randle has opened up Jaden's offense, and the fifth-year forward has answered, dropping a career-high 30 and 10 in their latest win against Portland. And that's going to do it here for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like on the video and of course subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I'm going to sign off for now, but I will catch you guys on the next episode.